New York City has some of the coolest city views in the world. While most people have the Empire State Building on their NYC bucket list, did you know there are a bunch of observation decks you can check out? Last summer, I visited not one, not two, but all 5 of the major observation decks in New York City in 2 days. Follow along as I take you on a little tour of all 5, so you can decide which view is the best for you. A big thank you to Go City and Citypass for gifting me passes to experience as much of New York as possible, including 4 of these observation decks. I started my trip by visiting the One World Observatory at the One World Trade Center. This observation deck is at the site of the World Trade Center, right by the 9/11 Memorial and Museum. Of all of the observation decks, this one is the furthest south in Lower Manhattan. The elevator experience was seamless, taking you from the start of Manhattan to the current day and ending with stunning views of the city. This observation deck has the best unobstructed views of the Statue of Liberty because it is the closest. The elevator ride down was also immersive, so you'll be entertained from the ride up all the way until your feet hit the pavement again. Next up was Top of the Rock at Rockefeller Center. Sadly, the Skylift and the beam weren't open yet during my visit, but I did get a glimpse of the testing process for Skylift before I had any idea what it was. The elevator ride up was immersive in a different way than the one at One World Observatory. The best part of this experience was that I got to catch the sunset from the top. This is a pretty cool experience. However, it is extremely crowded at sunset. If you're planning your trip out carefully, book this in advance if it's necessary for your trip. I managed to get a last-minute ticket only because I was visiting solo. If you want the best sunset views, book early and camp out on the terrace before it gets crowded. The elevator ride down was a fun way to acquaint yourself with the rest of Rockefeller Center since the ceiling displays the other attractions and sights you can catch in the building. The next day, I made a visit to the Edge at Hudson Yards. The entry to the Edge was fun and immersive, with some cool photo opportunities and lots of digital screens. The elevator ride up depicted a pencil drawing of the New York skyline from the ground up, which was a fun way to ascend the tower. Have I mentioned I'm afraid of heights and elevators? While I was there, one of the skincare brands was doing a cool summer pop-up with colorful overlays on the windows and free sunblock samples. The best part of the experience was the outdoor literal edge that juts out of the tower, that little triangle you can see if you look up at the building from the ground. Pictures here are a must, but note that there will likely be a bit of a wait since there's a line to stand there. After this was the Empire State Building. I've been here at least once before, and I remember the line being long. On this day, there was literally no line. Tip, this one is great to book ahead with Citypass since you reserve your time. You can change it if necessary, and you can save your entry ticket on your phone and skip the line. That said, there wasn't a line anyway, so I got to make my way to the elevators at a leisurely pace, which was a direct contrast to my last visit. Try to enjoy the photo opportunities here if you have time, and it's not crowded. It's part of the experience. The Empire State Building is the only one of the 5 where I was able to get any great skyline views that were not obstructed by glass in some way, as most of the other outdoor terraces are wrapped in glass for obvious reasons. Position your camera lens properly through the fencing, and you can get some great shots. Last but not least was SUMMIT One Vanderbilt. Save the most time for this experience and book your ahead if you can. SUMMIT hosted my visit, but I waited in line like everyone else. The entry process was longer, the lines were longer, and the space, though larger, was much more crowded. This was the same day that I went to an empty Empire State Building midweek. After going through the entry line, you will need to put on shoe covers to protect the glass floors of the main Transcendence experience. There are also free sunglasses, which are helpful since the glass floors are highly reflective during the day. Consider wearing sunblock. The ride-up prepares you for the experience as you journey your way up to the first level of Summit. Be warned, it is very bright when it is sunny. There are multiple levels of Transcendence, and there are a few cool, immersive art experiences outside of that room that you can visit. Make sure to step onto the indoor glass ledge of levitation, too. There was a really long line for the elevators down, so save time for the lines. Overall, no matter which observation deck you choose, you're going to get some stunning views of the concrete jungle below. Which one was your favorite?